respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. That'll be taken about a yard deep, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. From the gun, Jackson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Results in a 4th down.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on 4th down. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
I don't even know why this team showed up. 48 Mike.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
The ball carrier.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jalen Ferguson able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Flushed out right. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Back to Brown, this time complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Ball carrier.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback.
Good for a Baltimore.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 38-yard line. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defensive guy, but you got to like the play that was made.
He made a lot of those plays last week. He was AFC Defensive Player of the Week, picking up where he left off. Throwing on 2nd down, Jackson. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
He'll have a first down inside the 10. And finally down at the 9-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
First down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Here's Jackson to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Hey, check Mike. Check Mike.
Touchdown, Ravens.
J.K. Dobbins.
See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. Rolling to his right. That's complete to the tight end Sample. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough Just bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Brings up 4th down.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're going to try and throw. Now this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run here with Dobbins. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Ravens 7, Bengals 3.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Jackson looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Now a carry for Dobbins. Tackle made there by Josh Bynes.
Dobbins, the ball carrier.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Josh Bynes. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Out of the gun, they give to Edwards. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gun.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Or maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? Had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
On the return, the Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, so they held them to 3. But this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And it's 3rd down.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. And he is not going to get the 1st down as they'll spot this at about the 28. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
A gain of 2 yards on the play. Brings up 4th down.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzama. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11.
Let's go now. Panther 60. Panther 60. Yeah. Jam. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, bang.
Burrow gets this one quickly out wide. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
To the air again, Burrow. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals 37. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
55. Check 55, Mike. Hey, what?
This time, Jackson will throw it. Setting up the screen here to Edwards. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. This is caught. Watkins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
Thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Flush to his right. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
At the 50-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Intended for J.K. Dobbins. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
14's the mic. Let's go. Let's go. 14, Mike 14. Mike 14.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. On the run, he'll let this go deep. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room.
34-yard attempt.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side, learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board. Well done.
Now this will make it into the end zone. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. And this carries into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little...
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30.
46 yards on the play.
Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
The tackle made at the 3-yard line.
They struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2. They'll try and run it up the middle. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. Taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Their own 16-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
It's Eckler again. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
And it's 3rd down.
On the move to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a 1st down. Going on the ground with Eckler. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets him down to about the 4-yard line.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. He'll nice hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this 3rd quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 97 yards. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, And that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, the conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, punt the ball away. But no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And we're in Baltimore, third quarter action, 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Burrow looking to pass. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. Now Jackson. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now it's Edwards. And they'll go backwards here. Losing yardage to the 14. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? From the gun, Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Okay, can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. Dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory.
Dobbins, the ball carrier.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Brings up 3rd down.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The Ravens on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Again, it's Edwards. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
Jackson's pass.
Call it no gain there on the first down play.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. On third down, Jackson. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a fourth down. They'll run for it. It's Edwards. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Bengals will get the football back. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They go play action with Burrow. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
I think we've got evidence right now that this team's not going to be daunted at all. Just because they're backed up doesn't mean they're not going to continue to throw the football. They threw an incompletion on first down, but they came right back on second down and threw it again. And this time they hit it for not just good yardage, but a first down.
Incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
You can't block me. You can't block me. 58 to Mike. 58. 58 to Mike. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
And Burrow going to throw again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Today's final score.
And Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal: win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for the Ravens, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.